What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. We're going to talk about the Carolina Hurricanes coaching change today. Obviously, Carolina has gotten off to an awful start at 8-13-2. Paul Maurice had to be shown the door. Players that are highly skilled aren't playing up to the level you're accustomed to watching them play. I'm talking with you, Eric Stahl. Something had to be done to, get this team going in the right direction. They got too much talent to be playing as poorly as they are. And, they it's better to do something now than do something later. It's too bad that the coach always has to go, but I think this time was the right move. Bringing in Kirk Muller, great AHL coach, former assistant coach of Montreal, was a pretty good player himself. I think he'll bring more of a hardline attitude than Maurice did, and it's what they need. I'm looking at these numbers, and obviously Skinner. Is playing very great. He's a great player. Jokinen's playing all right. LaRose ain't, his plus minus sucks, but beyond that, Eric Stahl, 11 points in 25 games, but a minus 17. I mean, what gives, dude? I mean, he's your captain. He's your franchise player. You gotta. I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm not saying trade him. I remember, obviously, the Bruins were rushed into trading Eric Stahl. Trading Joe Thornton. At a similar point in his career, obviously 6 years ago. 6 years ago today, or tomorrow. It was the end of November. They hastily made into that trade and sent him back a few years. Obviously, the Bruins won the Cup last year, but they were almost in a 5-year rebuilding process to get there. So I'm not recommending trading Stahl. But as my father would say, even Gretzky was traded. They got. I'm talking about. Let's go through guys you don't trade. Skinner at 19. You don't trade him. One of the most electrifying young players in the game. Sutter, Brandon, not the good one, Brandon Sutter. I guess keep him around. Obviously 22. So I guess you keep Sutter around. McBain. He's underachieving too, but I guess young defenseman with size and skill don't come around all the time. I guess he's worth keeping around. Gleason's playing all right. Still in his prime at 28. I guess Justin Falk, the young defenseman, who is playing. I did the player profile on him last week, and his numbers this year are scary. Nothing scary compared to Eric Stahl's, but -9 in 9 games. Maybe it's telling you he's overmatched at the NHL level. Cam Ward's numbers are awful too. But you're playing in front of an awful defense. Cabriolet, they signed up that big deal from the Bruins, coming off the Cup, and he's been awful. He looks like he did last year with the Bruins, and he was never really comfortable in the black and gold, and it showed in his play. He had some flashes, and I can't complain. They won the Cup with him, so. Is what it is, but he ain't that good anymore. I think Carolina overpaid for him. He doesn't hit, is overweight, can't play defense, and is afraid to shoot the puck. So, does that make a power play quarterback? I guess. So. But I like bringing in Kirk Muller. I think Montreal has a tendency to let good young coaches go. They let Guy Boucher walk, and now they got Peter Bourque. The other one was Jacques Martin coaching, and I think Boucher and Muller are superior coaches to Jacques Martin. But that's just me. It's actually kind of funny. Guy Boucher was hired 17 months ago, and he's the longest tenured coach in the Southeast Division. It goes to show you, obviously Winnipeg had the coaching change, bringing Noel. Florida brought in Denis in this offseason, and obviously Boudreau and Maurice getting shit-canned the last couple of days. So, is it time for Carolina to turn it around? Yeah, we're not even in December. I remember when they fired Laviolette 3 years ago, was it? They were struggling. They bring Maurice in to right the ship and take out the conference finals and knock out my Bruins. So. Obviously anything's possible. You got to get Eric Stahl going. As much as Skinner has become a great player and all that, Stahl still hasn't reached his prime. He's still Has he even turned 27 yet? Yeah, he's 27. Turned 27 a month ago today. Um, you know, you got a guy like that. Don't waste him. You know, he's still your captain. He's still your franchise player. Him and Cam Ward. They're the guys that won you the Stanley Cup 6 years ago, and they got to continue to build with those guys and work in Skinner and the young defenseman. Cabriolet got to go. I mean, he was healthy scratching against Ottawa. He got to go. Is there a team dumb enough to take on that contract? I don't think so. But I mean, then again, if the Rangers can move Gomez a couple years ago, then I guess he can move Cabriolet still. But you never know. It's going to be a long year in Carolina, I think. Try to get a lottery pick and rebuild that way. Getting another defenseman, I think, would be great to this draft. A couple with Murphy, Folk, and McBain long term. On the back end. Because, I mean, like I said, I just said there's enough time to ride the ship. But, is this a team that's going to go deep in the playoffs? If, let's just say they make a miraculous run and they get in as a 7 or 8 seed. You never say never, especially with Cam Ward. We've seen what he can do in the postseason, but I just don't like this makeup. And I'm not advocating trading Stahl, but they're guys you can move. Jokinen would fetch you something nice in return. LaRose is a pretty nice play. You can probably get something back for him. Tuomo Ruutu might get you something. Pickenen maybe. Gleason maybe. But on the flip side of the coin, you're selling low on these guys. You're not going to get the necessary trade value. Teams know your fire selling. So, it's I'm very curious to see how Kirk Muller does. Obviously, coaching Milwaukee, he's done pretty well up there. For to this point this season in the AHL. So, I'm very, very curious to see how he handles the spotlight in Raleigh, and if he can get the fire lit under Stahl. And actually, Stahl is reminding me a lot of Joe Thornton, where he'll be great, but it's just not, the consistency level is just not there night in and night out. Obviously, he's got one thing Jumbo Joe doesn't, and that's a ring. But he's almost, and I think their careers mirror each other. Stahl and Vinny Lecavalier. Lecavalier is finally more consistent than he. Well, they both came into the league as top 2 picks with high expectations to teams that are in non-traditional hockey markets. I think Stahl experienced more success early in his career than Vinny did. They both shoot-first centers, really, when you think about it. Vinny's won a goal-scoring title, and Stahl's a perennial threat for 40. But, if you watch them play, I see a lot of similarities. They're both power forwards that are best when they take the puck to the net and score from the dirty areas. So, it took Vinny a while to find his niche, to find his highest level, if you will. And I think it's going to be the same case with Stahl. I think new coach. I think the coaching change is best for him. I think he's still one of the best players in the NHL for sure. I'd say big guy, can score, and but we'll see. That's it for today's Power Play. Stay tuned for more episodes and more special editions.